Hello everyone, this is Vinita and welcome to Hopeful Turns. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the pattern for this crochet wreath. Now you can use these as Christmas ornaments to decorate your Christmas tree, or you can even use these as gift tags or on your Christmas card to give as gifts to your friends and family. It's a really quick, simple and easy pattern to try out. Okay, so let's see the supplies that you would require. Now for this here, I have used a medium 4 weight or worsted weight acrylic yarn. You can use any weight yarn that you have at hand. But when it comes to hook, I would say use 2 or 3 hook sizes smaller than the recommended hook size. So usually for these yarns, I use a 5 or 5.5. But to make these wreath, I have used a size G or 4 mm crochet hook. Now, we use the smaller size hook. It's recommended to use a smaller size hook so as to have the stitches a little bit tighter and stiffer. So when you have tighter, smaller stitches, the wreath itself becomes quite stiff. So you don't have to use an extra wire here. I have not used any wire here. I've just used a smaller hook size. Okay. Now, when it comes to the customization, I have just used a very plain simple cord, but if you want, you can definitely change that, use something like this. It's a very simple bow pattern. I do have a separate tutorial on this one. You can even use holly leaves or just use fabric bows. Now if you're looking for some bling, just go ahead and put some gold or silver colored bows also. So yeah, you can customize it and just give your own spin. Now if at all you make it, please do tag me. I'll put all my social media handles in the description box. So if you're making it, please do tag me. I would love to see what you have made. Okay. Now if you're looking for some other crochet patterns, especially for winter wear or Christmas ornaments, I do have a few on my channel. So I'll put all the links in the description box as well as on the I button that is coming up here. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Alright, now let's just get into the tutorial. So we'll start our pattern by making a slip knot first. So make your slip knot. And once you have your slip knot, we will start by making chain stitch. So for my ornament here, I'm going to start with 55 chain stitch. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, I'll make a total of 55 chain stitch. Now 55 chain stitch will give you a small ornament, small wreath. But if you want a much bigger one, just increase the number of chain stitch. There is no odd or even multiples of any number. You can make as many chain stitch as you want. I'll make my 55 chain stitches first. So here I have made my 55 chain stitches. Once you're ready with your chain stitch, we will start the first row. There is just one row to this, so we'll do that. So for that, what we'll do is we will skip the very first chain stitch. So this here is my very first chain stitch, and into the second stitch I will put 3 single crochet. Okay, so this here is my second stitch. I'll make single crochet here. So this is my first single crochet. Again into the same stitch I'll make another one. So this will be the second single crochet, and I'll make one more. So all 3 single crochet is going into the same stitch like this. So here I have made 3 single crochet in one stitch, and this is the pattern that we will repeat throughout this row. So come to the next stitch. So this is my next chain stitch. Here again I'm going to put 3 single crochet. So this is 1. Into the same stitch make another one. So in case you do not know how to do a single crochet, just insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both. So this is my second single crochet. I'll put one more single crochet into the same stitch. 3 single crochet. So here I've got my 3 single crochet. Like this, I'll just go on repeating, making 3 single crochet in every stitch. So this is my second one and one more, 3. Now what happens is once you reach the very end, this will automatically coil up when you're doing 3 single crochet in every stitch. So just continue making 3 single crochet in every stitch. So it will coil up. So that is what we are looking for. So you can see now itself it is coiling up. So continue this pattern and I'll join you at the end of this row. All right. So here I have repeated the same pattern, making 3 single crochet in every stitch, and this is what I have ended up with. I've got a very nicely coiled piece here. Okay, so this was my very last stitch. Here also I have put 3 single crochet. I'll just cut my yarn here. So I'll just take a long piece of yarn here and just cut it off. Okay, there. So this is done. So this is what I have made with green color. You may have to make the exact same thing in another color. So here I have made the same thing. I've started with 55 chain stitch and made 3 single crochet in every stitch. So if you want, you can make it in the same color, 2 green, or you can use red, white, green, white. It's all up to you. So you will have to have 2 pieces. Okay. Now what we'll do is we will just coil both of these together. So I'll just go. So if you see here, we have these 2 ends. So keep it like this. Where there are no loose ends, you can start from there. You just have to place one on top of each other and just go around these 2. So I'm just going to place one on top of the other. So first red, then green. So you just have to follow the pattern. It will fold up or coil up automatically. Okay, so I'll just coil these 2 together. So here I have twisted both the red and green color, and this is what we end up with. Okay. Now if you want to make this into a candy cane, all you have to do is just use it, just bend it like this, and you get a very nice looking candy cane. But the thing here is that it will not be very stiff. You can see that it is a bit kind of a loose. So if you plan to make it into a candy cane, I would say that use a wire. So you just have to insert a wire here and just bend it so that this candy cane will be really stiff. So that is one way to make your candy cane. But anyway, let's just turn this into a wreath. So for that, you just have to stitch these 2 ends together. Alright, so there we'll get a nice wreath or a nice circle. And this will be definitely stiff because we have used a very smaller size hook. The stitches are stiff, or else what you can do is you can just twist this quite nicely and tightly so that it is a bit stiff. But if you have wire, just insert it and just bend it into a circle. It will be very, very, very stiff. Anyway, let's just stitch this up. So I'll just use a yarn needle. So here I have attached my yarn needle and I'm just going to stitch this up like this. Okay, so I'm just going to insert my hook both through these 2 loops so that it stays in place. Alright, and I'll go a couple of times so as to stitch this up nicely. Similarly, you might have to do with the red color yarn also. I'll just go once more. Alright, so this is done. Similarly, I'll use the red yarn and go a couple of times up and down so as to have that continuous shape. So I'll just weave this in also, this end. So now we'll just stitch up with the red color yarn. So if you see here, I've already joined my yarn needle and there is a slight bit of red here from the other side. So I'll just stitch this up first. So just take your yarn needle and pull it out through it like this. So it will kind of just flow naturally. That red green things will all come together, and then you may probably go 2 to 3 times up and down and hide in all the loose ends. This should be enough. If you want, you can just go ahead and go through a few more till you feel it is quite secured. Okay, this should be fine. Now if you want, you can use this same red color yarn for the hanging part. So you can just take this down and knot it and use this as your hanging, or you can use white or green, whichever you want. You can use that as your hanging. I'll just go with the red one. Just pulled it out quite too much. So this should be it. So So I'll just take it out once again from here and probably knot it down. Okay, so this will be my hanging. I will make a small knot here, and then I'll hide in all the loose ends that are there. But as I said, if you want, you can use red color or green, white, whatever hanging you want, you can use that. If you want, you can even use a jute color if you want, if you're looking for something like vintage kind of a thing. Alright, so this is done. Okay, so our wreath is done and our hanging. I have a few loose ends. I'll just hide this in first. So here I have weaved in all the loose ends and our wreath is almost done. Now you can use it just like this, or you can add a small little bow to it. So if you want, you can add a ribbon, maybe white color or some golden color if you have that, just to give that little bit of bling. You can even add a bow. I do have a separate tutorial how to do a very simple bow, but here I'm going to show you a very easy way to make a cord. So I'm going to use that cord to make a small bow kind of a thing. Okay, so let's start that. So here I'm going to take 2 strands of white color. So I'm going to make a white color bow. So first of all, we'll make a slip knot. So using both these 2 yarns together, I will make a slip knot first. Once I have that, I'll just insert my hook here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I will just split these 2 yarns. Okay, with one yarn I will just yarn over on top of my hook, and with the other yarn I'm going to make a chain stitch like this. Again, with one yarn just loop it around your hook, and then with the other make a chain stitch. So wrap around, and with the other yarn make a chain stitch. So like this, I'm just going to make a very long cord here and then shape it into a bow. So this is a very simple cord that you can make. It is not a chain stitch. It has a little bit more structure than a normal chain stitch. So like this, I'll make a long cord. I do have a separate tutorial how to do this cord. I have done it with 2 colors also. It looks really beautiful. So if you want, you can click on the link that is coming up here. I have made a separate tutorial, a very simple cord tutorial for this. Okay, so I'll just continue this and then we will shape it into a cord. So this is how this looks. It has like a 4 sides to it. Okay, so here I have made a long piece of cord. I think this should be enough to make a bow. So I'll just cut my yarn here before moving forward. So I'll just cut both the yarns. And for the very last thing, what I'll do is I'll use both these yarns together and pull it out of this loop. Not one, but both these yarns. I'll take this and pull it out of the very last loop here, so that this will just knot it down. Okay, so our cord is ready. Now we can just make a bow and attach it here. So like a normal bow, we will make it. I'm just going to make a bow. Okay, we have to neaten this up. It just doesn't look good. So I have a bow here like this. This is how it is, and I will just attach it with a white color yarn here. I'll just tidy this up. It doesn't look quite presentable, so I think this should be fine. This looks good. And with a white yarn, I'm going to attach it here. So here I have attached my bow to the wreath and this is ready. Now in place of this bow with the cord, you can actually use the proper bow. So I have a separate tutorial on that. You can even use the holly leaves. It will look really beautiful with the holly leaves and berries. You can attach that also, or just a normal satin bow. So it's all up to you. I will put all the links in the description box of the bow and the holly leaves when I'll do it. So if you're interested, you can just check that up as well. So yeah, that was the tutorial on how to do this very simple, quick and easy crochet wreath. I hope you liked it. Now, if you liked it, please do not forget to press on the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. See you in another video. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching.